My name is Rory Houlihan. I ran for U.S. Senate last spring, 2016, to stop the ticking time bombs so I could put our economy on track for a bright new day instead of all things ending. Well, I lost the election and am not running, but the ticking time bombs are still here, if not more so. Let me educate you on the ticking time bombs and give you the rest of the story. Part 16G. Head of the stream, the clearest the water. Our original Constitution, sections 1 through actually 2. I'm cutting it short. Let's continue with Government 101 and our Constitution. Now, let me give you a little information first. Now, you know that our government follows the English law tradition and is governed by the statute of fraud. Everything must be in writing to be law. That the government printing house is who is in charge in printing out all those documents. At gpo.gov is where you can obtain a copy of a law, bill, or EO. So let's take a look at the original Constitution now. The version of the Constitution I'm reading comes from archives.gov, January 8th, 2014. Government Printing Office, certified original version with hyperlinks to updated versions. You can get just about any version you want of any legislation or EO by going to gpo.gov. It's one of the heads of the stream. Article 1, Section 1. All legislative powers herein granted shall be vested in a Congress of the United States, which shall consist of a Senate and a House of Representatives. Point of law 1. Translation: all powers created to create, write bills, and pass bills into laws is given to Congress. Point of law 2. We have a Roman English split legislature, lower and upper house. Section 2. The House of Representatives shall be composed of members chosen every second year by people of several states, and the electors in each state shall have the qualifications requirements for electors of the most numerous branch of the state legislature. Point of law 3. House of Representatives have a 2-year term. No person shall be representative who shall not have attained to the age of 25 years and have been a citizen for 7 years of the United States, and who shall not, when elected, be an inhabitant of that state in which he is chosen. Point of law 4. The minimum age to be elected to the House of Representatives is 25. There have been 24-year-olds. Some have been allowed and some have not been allowed to serve. This is based on the Roman belief that attained age of reason wasn't until age 25. It's when us males finally get some brains between our ears, which was part of the Mason Amendment, I believe, with the age originally being lowered to 21, which was the original voting age. Point of law 5, minimum years to be citizen to be set at 7 years. Point of law 6, you must live in the state you represent. Representatives and direct taxes shall be apportioned among several states, which may include within this union, according to their respective numbers, which shall be determined by adding the whole number of free persons, including those bound to service for a term of years, and excluding Indians not taxed, 3/5 of all other persons, in other words, slaves. This, of course, was changed during the Civil War. The actual enumeration shall be made within 3 years after the first meeting of Congress of the United States, and within every subsequent term of 10 years. In such manner they shall, by law, direct the number of representatives shall not exceed 1 for every 30,000, but each state shall have at least one representative, and until such enumeration shall be made, the state of New Hampshire shall be entitled to cause 3, Massachusetts 8, Rhode Island and Providence Plantations 1, Connecticut 5, New York 6, New Jersey 4, Pennsylvania 8, Delaware 1, Maryland 6, Virginia 10, North Carolina 5, South Carolina 5, and Georgia 3. Point of law 7. We have a census every 10 years because of the enumeration clause to determine the number of House of Representatives for each state. The numbers have changed because we have like 140 million citizens now, but the minimum of at least one representative per state is still set. When vacancies happen in the representation from any state, the executive authority thereof shall issue writs of election to fill such vacancy. That's left up to the governor or the secretary of state of that state and can call for a special election based upon the state's constitution. Section 3. The Senate of the United States. So I'm going to stop here. Normally I'd continue till 5, okay? But things have changed this last week. You know, I had a billionaire tell me, pigs don't know that pigs stink. And quite honestly, anybody who's been to a pig farm and to a pig barn knows it. For a matter of fact, a lot of the big barns have a separate room that you walk into. You take off your street clothes and you put on special clothes that wrap you up. And you go into those pig barns. The smell is enough to make you gag if you're not used to it. And so I know that pigs do stink, and anybody who's associated with pigs will stink. Okay? Now, this is important, folks, because we have a president who blamed our generals for his debacle. Our generals didn't issue an executive order that basically slammed the door on green card holding folks and refugees coming from Yemen. Our president did. And he also sent them back. Now, these guys weren't guys on the boats. These were folks who risked their lives with supporting our military and our government in that country. And a day later, he invades that country with special forces. Now, after betraying the folks who put their lives on the line for our country, do you think that no one would have switched sides? Would have gone to the other side and said, hey, there's a planned invasion? You better believe somebody did. So our SEAL teams went into a firefight that was set up to happen by our president. Okay, the problem isn't with all the folks around Trump being tainted by Russia. The problem is with our head of our ticket being tainted by Russia. He is the best president that Russian money can buy. I am getting to believe that more and more. And I believe our national security personnel are warning us, leaking us this information to prepare us. Because it isn't going to be impeach Trump. It'll be lock him up. A FISA court will issue a warrant for his arrest, and he will be arrested. And any other people who will be part of that FISA court warrant. And we are being prepared for the day that Donald Trump will be locked up. Okay? I'm just giving you a fair warning. You have a good and blessed day.